Welcome to the world of business studies. In the last 70 discussions, we have covered chapter number 1, that is nature and significance of management, chapter number 2, that is principle of management, chapter number 3, that is business environment, and chapter number 4, that is planning of NCERT. Now, in this discussion, I'll be continuing with chapter number 5 of NCERT, that is organizing, in which we have covered few topics like organizing meaning, steps in the process of organizing, importance of organizing, organization structure, and types of organization structures. Now, in this discussion, I'll be covering the topics like a comparative view of functional and divisional structure, types of organization, and formal and informal organization, a comparative view. Now, moving to the first slide, that is a comparative view of functional and divisional structure. I have already explained you what is functional structure and what is divisional structure. Now we'll see the comparison between them. On the basis of formation, a functional structure is based on functions, whereas a divisional structure is based on the product line and it is supported by function. Now, on the basis of specialization, in this functional structure, it is completely a functional specialization, but in divisional structure, it is a product specialization. On the basis of responsibility, in functional structure, it is difficult to fix on a department, whereas in divisional structure, it is easy to fix responsibility for performances. Now, on the basis of managerial development, it is in functional structure, it is difficult as each functional manager has to report to the top management, whereas in divisional structure, it is easier because autonomy as well as the chance to perform multiple functions help in managerial development. On the basis of cost, the difference is that in functional structure, functions are not duplicated, hence economical, whereas in divisional structure, duplication of resource in various departments, hence it is costly. And on the basis of coordination, the difference is that in functional structure, it is difficult for a multi-product company, whereas in divisional structure, it is easy because all the functions related to a particular product are integrated in one department. Now the next slide, that is types of organization. Basically, there are two types of organization. First one, that is formal, and the next one, that is informal. I'll be explaining you both the organization types of organization in detail one by one. Moving to the first one, that is formal organization. A formal organization is deliberately designed to achieve some particular objectives. It refers to the structure of well-defined jobs, each bearing a definite measures of authority, responsibility, and accountability. Within the formal organization, members undertake the assigned duties in cooperation with each other. They interact or communicate among themselves in the course of their work. Gradually, they develop friendly relationships and form small social groups. The network of these social groups based on friendship is called informal organization. The informal organization is thus a system of social relationship among the members emerges on its own in natural manner within the formal organization. There is a type of informal relationship in the formal organization. Now, I'll be explaining you what are the features of formal organization. First one, it specifies the relationship among various job positions and the nature of their interrelationship. This clarifies who has to report to whom. Next, that is second, it is a mean to achieve the objectives specified in plans as it lays down rules and procedures essential for their achievement. Third one, that is effort of various departments are coordinated, interlinked, and integrated through the formal organization. It is deliberately designed by the top management to facilitate the smooth functioning of the organization. And the last feature of formal organization is that it places more emphasis on work to be performed than interpersonal relationship among the employees. Now, what are the advantages of formal organization? There are few advantages of formal organization, like it is easier to fix responsibility since mutual relationships are clearly defined. Next, there is no ambiguity in the role that each member has to play as duties are specified. This also helps in avoiding duplication of effort. Next, third benefit of formal organization is that unity of command is maintained through an established chain of command. Next, it leads to effective accomplishment of goals by providing a framework for the operations to be performed and ensuring that each employee should know the roles he has to play. Now the next, it provides stability to the organization. This is because behavior of employee can be fairly predicted since there are specific rules to guide them. Now the next is that what are the disadvantages of formal organization? As everything has some advantages and disadvantages, even formal a type of organization have few disadvantages. Some of them are: the formal organization may lead to procedural delays as the established chain of command has to be followed, which increases the time taken for the decision making. Basically, the decisions in the formal organization taken has to cross many levels, so it increases the time for taking a particular decision. Next, poor organization practices may not provide adequate recognition to creative talent since it does not allow any deviation from rigid laid down policies, as they have to follow a particular policies, so the creativity of the employees over here reduces. Next, it is difficult to understand all human relationships in the enterprise as it places more emphasis on structure and work. Hence, the formal organization does not provide a complete picture of how an organization works. These were all about the formal organization. Now I am going to explain you what is informal organization. An informal organization is a system of social relations which emerges on its own in a natural manner within the formal organization to meet the cultural and needs of the members of the organization. An informal organization does not have a clear and well-defined structure because it is a complex network of social relationships among members. Members of formal organization interact or communicate among themselves while performing the duties assigned to them and develop friendly relations and form small social groups to meet the social and cultural needs. Thus, the network of these social groups, called an informal organization, emerges on its own in a natural manner within the formal organization. Since the informal organization emerges within the formal organization, the informal organization is considered to be the part of the formal organization. An informal organization is a part of formal organization because informal organization originates from and within the formal organization to meet the social and cultural needs of the workers. Whatever the type of nature of an organization of its formal structure, an informal organization will always be present. The informal organization arises from the interaction of people working in the organization, their psychological and social needs, and the development of groups within their own relationships and the norms of behavior, irrespective of those defined with the formal structure. Now, the features of informal organization. An informal organization originates from within the formal organization as a result of personal interaction among employees. Next, the standard of behavior involved from the group norms rather than officially laid down rules and regulations. Independent channels of communication without specified direction or flow of information are developed by the group members. Next, it emerges spontaneously and it does not deliberately created by the management. Next, it has no definite structure or form because it is complex network of social relationships among members. Now, there are few advantages of informal organization. First, prescribed line of communication are not followed. Thus, the informal organization leads to faster spread of information as well as quick feedback. Next, it helps to fulfill the social needs of the members and allows them to find like-minded people. This enhances their job satisfaction since it gives them a sense of belongingness to the organization. Next, it contributes toward the fulfillment of organizational objectives by compensating for the inadequacies in the formal organization. Next, for example, employees' reaction towards the plan and policies can be tested through the informal network. Now, even the informal organization have few disadvantages, like informal organization may become a disruptive force when it spreads rumors. This may work against the interest of the formal organization. Next, the management may not be successful in implementing changes if the informal organization opposes them. Such resistance to change may delay or restrict growth. Last disadvantages of informal organization is that it pressurizes the members to conform to the group expectation. This can be harmful to the organization if the norms set by the groups are against organizational interests. Now moving to the next slide, that is formal and informal organization, a comparative view. What are the basic differences between a formal organization and an informal organization? Firstly, meaning of formal organization is that structure of authority relationships created by the management, whereas an informal organization is a network of social relationships arising out of interaction among employees. Now, origin, from where it has been originated. Formal organization arises as a result of company rules and policies, whereas an informal organization arises as a result of social interaction. Authority. What are the authority a formal organization has? Authority arises by the virtue of positions in management, whereas an informal organization arises out of a personal qualities. Behavior. Formal organization is directed by rules, whereas informal organization is not set behavior. Flow of communication. In formal organization, communication takes place through the scalar chain, whereas in informal organization, flow of communication is not through a planned route. It can take place in any direction. The nature of formal organization is that it is rigid, whereas informal organization it is flexible. Next, leadership. In formal organizations, managers are the leaders, whereas in informal organizations, leaders may or may not be the managers. They are chosen by the groups. These were the all things we need to study in this discussion. Now, in the next discussion, we'll be continuing our discussion on topic delegation, elements of delegation, and the overview of the elements of delegation. Let us know your doubt or any specific query below in the comment section. Subscribe us and ring the bell button so that you won't miss any discussion. Till then, enjoy studying business studies.